It's pure wish casting. I mean, you guys are pretending as if you know that it's going to ramp up from year 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. I have no reason to believe that.
If the funding is there and the preparation is there to, according to the plan that I even told Congress, then yes, we are expecting for deportations to ramp up. Why else would we get billions of dollars in funding to DHS allocated to CBP and also allocated to ICE, because it's supposed to ramp up?
And they're spending it now to operate.
Yeah, but that doesn't just because you fund a government program doesn't mean you actually get results.
Okay, so then how are we supposed to guess it? Like a magic ball?
That is a good point. I do see a lot of that. People just think if you support Trump, you're pro-America, and if you're against Trump, you're anti-America, and that is so wild to me. Like the New York globalist, Zionist, feminist, you have to support him or you're against America. That's not America to me. None of that is American to me. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
How are we supposed to guess that we're going to get
the least? I think we're on board. The thing that we agree with the most is the border. You guys think it should be a little more than we do. Our argument is like, you put a junkie in rehab, if he goes cold turkey, he can die from withdrawal system.
And just so you know, Brandon, ICE went...
Are we going to die from not having enough Mexicans to cut our grass? Come on, Gavin, what the fuck?
In front of Congress, and their goal, what they told Congress was, our goal is to deport 1 million a year, which means we're at 2.5. We have already surpassed the million goal that they had, which, in my opinion, I think 1 million is too low a year. But that's what that's what I said to Congress. This is our goal. It's about 3,000 and something people per day. It's low, and we're exceeding that expectation.
Well, that would be a total of 4 million at the end of his term, which is about 25% of what we're told came in under Biden.
I agree.
Here's the big issue with all of this, and I think that's why so many of us are frustrated with people who are frustrated, because we have, a few more months before November. And if the Democrats in the minority party were able to shut down ICE, essentially defund the police 2.0, and if we keep hearing from our own side, essentially, it's not enough, and Trump's going back on his promises, well, if people stay home in November, Democrats are going to get elected. And you think Democrats are going to help Trump deport anybody else? And so from our side, at least where I sit...
but if you want to blame our side for that...
I'm not blaming your side.
No one's blaming your side.
No, I'm not blaming your side.
No one's blaming your side.
I'm explaining what he's saying, but I do think that that's the issue, is that if you...
That's what I'm seeing a lot of. They are mad at us for noticing that he's not doing what he promised and being upset about it. Like, you're kind of blaming the victim here. Like, he fucking victimized us, and you're mad at us for being upset about it. Like, you wouldn't go up to a woman in I can't say that. Never mind, I can't say anything I want to say.
You deported 5 million people in 2 years, you win the midterms, but you're not doing it, and now you're looking...
But by not highlighting the success we have had, and I would argue we've had a lot of success in the short amount of time considering what we've had to go up against, by not highlighting the wins, and instead our side is highlighting the losses,
I think that
the net result is our side loses, and it gets even worse for us.
David, I want to hear from Gavin.
Yeah.
He said that he does
fear. I think all of our fear here in MAGA Town is that you guys are letting a wolf into the hen house because you don't like the way the rooster is behaving. If you guys let us lose the house, we've begun a snowball that we can never retract. The Dems never let evil take root. If the Dems get power back, we're all dead.
But don't you...
Almost like you should take that up with your president and let him know that he's fucking the entire party. Like we're trying to tell you and you won't listen.
You don't actually think that anybody on this side has more influence than Trump?
No.
So
that's why I'm not worried at all.
If whatever happens in the midterms, that's on Trump. That's not on us.
Yeah.
I would like to address Linda's opening statement. Linda, did you go to the Libertarian National Convention?
I heard it.
Did you listen to Trump's whole speech?
I absolutely did. When he said he was going to pardon Ross Ulbricht, and he did.
Yep.
And he was going to roll back crypto,
you said that there were 20 promises.
Era regulations that you guys
So you said that there were 20 promises. So were one of those 20 promises that there would be a libertarian in the cabinet?
Uh-huh.
Okay, was another one of those 20 promises that there would be a panel of libertarians to help with the J6?
Isn't that a J6 right there?
It sounds like, was there a
Didn't you guys
panel?
get pardoned?
He said that there would be a panel of libertarians that would go through these. Cases. I'm just saying, was this one of the 20 promises? It wasn't, because he made us different promises than he made you guys to get our votes. Okay? And some of those promises.
Leave it to the Mexican lady to be talking about shit she doesn't know anything about. She didn't watch the libertarian primaries that he's talking about. She knows nothing about it, but she's going to open her big, fat fucking mouth and run it anyway. Because that's what they do when they have cankles like that.
And some of those promises were that he would get the neocons out of the establishment. He would drive out the globalists.
I didn't hear any of that. The main ones were the crypto stuff, the Ross Ulbricht that he pardoned within the first 20 days, I think.
Direct quote here. It says, 2024 is our final battle. With your help, we will demolish the deep state. We will expel the warmongers from our government. We will drive out the globalists. We will cast out the communists, the Marxists, and the fascists. That's what he said to us. So he made us different promises than he made us.
That's
he was hoarding our votes.
How is that a different promise?
That's a really bad sign in the debate. When you do a lot of this, or shoulder shrugs, it usually means you're fucking losing.
As liars.
You
So-
are,
so
though.
we're
You are,
not.
because you've never been MAGA. Neither has he. He
We
hated
never
Trump
said we were
forever.
MAGA. We're
You've never,
America
you've never
only.
been MAGA.
hated him
You're not
forever. I voted for
Republican,
him.
so I
I
don't really
voted for
even
him.
care to talk to you guys. I'm just here, for
Well, then get the fuck out, bitch, because you are there to talk to them, or shut the fuck up and leave.
the.
So because we're not part of the
Shits and
cult,
giggles.
Cult members are able to talk then?
So,
I mean,
so-
I considered you MAGA, so why
I
are you
did more for
upset?
MAGA probably than anyone in this room.
Exactly, and I just said that I agree with you.
So,
Okay,
so,
so-
But
so
they're
this is the thing.
libertarians, so why are you
So
upset?
what? So what? So
So what?
doesn't-
Because
so are you
You're
a
not part of
Republican?
our
Hold on.
party.
Are you
That's
a
a different
Republican?
party. Why don't your candidate win?
Wait, our
Why don't you guys
candidate-
have a presidential candidate ever win? You get 3% of the fucking vote.
A
You
candidate
need to know
doesn't-
your place in the
because-
coalition. You need to know your place in your coalition. And if you don't want to support
You
Trump,
don't seem
You need to know your place in the kitchen, bitch. And I know you know it because I can see by your legs that you eat a lot.
to understand how.
You don't
how,
have to.
I love this. We're both irrelevant,
You don't have to.
and also we're gonna
I didn't
cause
say
the
that.
GOP to
I
lose in the
didn't say
midterms.
Josie, just for a moment, I want to address something that Gavin said, which is that he thinks that you guys are welcoming a wolf.
Apathy.
No. What was your analogy? A
wolf into the hen house.
Right.
Okay.
Would it be fair to say? I want to ask. Would it be fair to say that that's what you're afraid they're doing?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm.
My
concerned
issue,
with.
so my issue as a libertarian, because Trump courted us, he knew that our vote was important. He knew we needed our 3% in order to win the swing states.
I mean,
he knew
he
that we
didn't
needed
need it in
us.
2016.
Yes. Oh no, can you stop for
He
1
didn't
second?
win it in
Okay.
2016. He didn't need it.
So he needed us. He
know
needed
what
us
you
this
meant,
time,
too.
and he knew he did. So he came and courted us, and he made us promises, and this is fair because we are part of the coalition. Okay. Now, if you abuse us, you said you are so disrespectful to us. It's ridiculous, and you're abusing us, and then you're like,
Oh
oh,
my God,
well,
I'm abusing
well, if
you.
you
Here
don't
comes
let
the
me,
woman.
if you don't let
I'm
me,
being
if you
abused.
don't, excuse me, I'm talking.
I'm
If
being
you
abused.
don't let me abuse you, then the Democrats are gonna win the
No
house.
one's saying that.
That's
I
what
don't-
you're
I
saying.
personally don't care if you
You're
guys
sitting
vote
there
or
saying you guys
don't.
are irrelevant.
We're
You
saying
guys
it's not
don't.
abuse.
I don't-
We're
I
not
don't.
saying we're abusing.
You're sitting there. You're telling us to know our place,
abusing-
and then you're like,
abusing-
why?
Yeah, Mexican, don't fuck with the redhead. You know, you should know better.
Okay, wait.
Why would we
You need
join
to know
with
your place
you?
in the coalition.
Okay,
Can we bring it back? I feel like this is unhelpful.
You do.
I feel like first of all, using the word abusing is a complete straw man. Or
It's
like
a feminist
like
talking
come on,
point.
no one's abusing
A
anyone here.
feminist.
We're all talking. We're all having a conversation. Number one. Number two. Nobody serious who wanted mass deportations and wanted the border closed can actually seriously argue that Trump has not fulfilled that campaign promise in 1.5 years and still has another 2.5 years. I mean, no.
Cool assertion. Watch me do it. I'm a serious person and I'm alleging that. So can you back that up? No, you're just here to run your mouth and not back anything you say up.
Nobody seriously can argue that, and none of you have argued that either.
Well, the
10
argument is he's not
10
doing
million-
enough.
10 million people in a year and a half. There's no. I'm sorry, Owen. There's no way that you believe that.
Yeah, we're
You're
not saying he
that.
didn't. We
You're
said we
just
want
saying
more.
that to demoralize Americans.
How is that true?
10
20
million people in a year and a half.
20
Are
million
you-
came in?
You're not serious. You're not a
100%,
serious
I'm
person.
dead serious.
I'm saying you're not a serious person if you actually
You're not serious if you expect him to do the shit he said he was going to do. You're not a serious person.
think that 10 million people could be deported in a year and a half.
I think he said. I think he
Why
said in
not?
4 years though.
Why can't
in
we?
4 years?
Tell
No,
me
he said
why.
a year and a half.
Tell
He
me
said a
why
year
we
and a half.
can't deport 10
And
million.
if he did say, and if he did say in 10 years, if he did say in 4 years, excuse me, we're at 2.32 million times 4 years. That's 9.7 million people.
So we all agree 10 million would be a good minimum
Yes.
for deportations. Okay, so we all agree with that. So maybe we can see in time if we get anywhere near that number. Right now we're talking hypothetical.
Yeah, I don't think
Here's
we
another
should be
question.
complaining about this.
Here's another question I'd like to see where everybody stands.
Okay.
I believe Alejandro Mayorkas needs to be tried for treason. I believe Alejandro Mayorkas is a criminal and needs to be made an example of. Where do you guys fall on that?
Mayorkas got a pardon, no? The founding fathers specifically designed this country so that in a situation like this, where one party, thank God it's the Republicans right now, but if the Democrats controlled the executive branch, Congress, and the judicial branch, they would be talking like you guys are and be like, with the snap of our fingers, we want wide
And they'd
open,
actually get it.
We want,
And
we
they
want
would actually
wide,
get
we
it.
want wide open
They
borders.
did.
We want
Exactly.
wide open borders. We want, all these people to go to prison like overnight.
All you're highlighting is that the GOP is fake opposition. That
It's not
they
fake
don't actually.
opposition.
They
Things
don't.
take
They don't
time.
actually.
The
They
founding
just
fathers-
don't believe in
No,
weaponizing the
founding
justice system
fathers
the way you
specifically
want it.
designed our country.
The founding
And
fathers
if you
didn't have parties. What are we talking about?
If you disagree with that, that we should just scrap what the founding fathers proposed for our country, then say that.
Well, if we're going to get back to the constitutional founding of this country, we got a lot of other issues.
So what should Mayorkas
I don't even think they had Republicans. Well, they did have Democrats. This dude is crazy. They did not propose this country and say you're just going to have two parties. You got to vote for either this bad guy or this bad guy. That was not part of the original framing. We just kind of fell into this because this is what works better for, controlling us, which is not really what I'm wanting them to do anyway.
be in jail?
Treason. Alejandro Mayorkas committed treason against this country.
How did he commit
He
treason?
facilitated an invasion. He facilitated an invasion, which was also an economic bomb. Okay, so he cost this country hundreds of billions of dollars,
On top of
maybe
the
even
war crimes.
trillions now because we have to deport them all.
We all agree open borders are bad. You guys are all voting red, right?
I've never said that. I asked a question. Who here would like, let's just do a raise hand. Who here would like to see Alejandro Mayorkas tried for treason?
along with Fauci, please.
So you guys don't think Mayorkas committed treason?
I don't know. I don't know enough. I don't know if there will be any. I don't know if there will be any.
By the way, Brendan, in terms of
charges that
doomerism
would
and
hold
blackmailing and like how to demoralize Americans,
Legitimately.
it's these sorts of
I don't-
questions. The average family sitting around their dinner table does not care whether Mayorkas.
Yeah, they don't want justice for the
And they
invasion of
don't
their
care
nation.
about Iran either.
Yeah, but they do care about how much gas costs and why they can't leave the house and they're eating like, Franks and beans for dinner instead of steak. They care about that, don't they? Because that's where we're at.
No. Okay, again, we can keep switching the goalposts.
No, logical consistency is important.
And I'm happy to explain my
logical consistency is important.
Okay, and I'm happy to explain my logical consistency.
He just shifted the goalpost. The question was about Mayorkas. He tried to change it and then tells us we're shifting the goalpost somehow. You're not talking about the topic, not us.
That the American people don't care about the invasion of their nation. The guy who was responsible for it shouldn't be charged.
Do you think the average dinner table
We're online
in
a lot.
America right now is discussing the fact that Mayorkas has not been prosecuted, or do you think they're discussing other things? Yes or no?
I think they're discussing that they can't afford to live in this country.
Deportations, and I think that they would like there to be justice when it comes to.
Okay, and the border, and so we're back to deportations. The border is closed. 2.3 million people have been deported.
But why
ICE has gotten
why are
funded
you
right now,
opposed?
despite
Why are you
Democrats not
opposed to
trying
Mayorkas being prosecuted?
Asylum seeker claims have gone from 50% to 7%.
Is this
I
not
genuinely
weird?
don't understand.
I'd
what
like to
else
have
you
a
guys
question
want.
answered.
Why are you opposed to Mayorkas being
Because
prosecuted?
Mayorkas has a pardon. You can't prosecute
With an
him right
auto-pen?
now, and I
So
rather
Biden's
Trump-
auto-pen
I rather-
pardons are good?
You ask a question, then you whisper to each other saying, why isn't he answering? I answer, and then you immediately
but you're
interject.
not
You don't let me speak? Perfect. I'd rather Trump address things that matter to a dinner table.
Okay.
To a dinner
Just-
table.
just
So
so
is
hear me out.
auto pen fake, fraudulent signature, and 10 million, 20 million illegal entries into this country is
How
not
do
a
we
big
just double
issue?
the number? How do we just double the number?
So what is the number? How many came in under
Wait,
Biden?
no. I'm asking you said 20 million. I never
I'd
said
say
20 million.
at
Between
least
12 and
15.
20.
I'd say at least
12 to
15.
20,
Okay.
so that was a range.
Why are we arguing about this? We all are furious about open borders. You guys think he's not deporting enough. We think he's doing pretty good. We're
I think
splitting
this is
hairs
the
here.
spot
Are you
that
guys all
we-
voting red, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, because
I've never voted Democrat. I don't think I
Maybe.
some Republicans are going to vote Democrat just out of spite.
No.
that's
So the
crazy.
issue,
I have never voted for the Democrat.
That's what we're here to
they're
prevent.
not going to vote Democrat. The issue with
Your biggest fear is that the Democrats come up with a non-Zionist candidate who's not all woke, who's a little bit level-headed, like a Barack Obama, like middle of the stream type guy who just becomes radical later. That's your biggest worry, because that will get a lot of people who are not voting for this. I'm voting libertarian most likely, and I don't fall for that shit no more. But there will be a lot, and I'm going to support them because I'm not going to tell you to go vote for Republicans to lie to you again. No more Zionists. End of the train, right here.
libertarians, for instance, if they're having to align with people who are constantly blaming them for everything, is demoralization. They're just not going to vote.
Well, and for the
That's
record,
also- that's also bad.
you guys all say that we don't matter. We're actually the only ones that matter because we're the only ones that won't turn out no matter what.
Exactly.
You guys are going to vote for Trump no matter what, and you're going to vote for the
Well,
GOP,
he's not on
and
the
you're
ballot
going to
anymore.
line up and you're going to eat the Randy
So you need to know your place, Cankles.
Fine slop. But
If
the rest
Rand
of us
becomes
will
a
not.
quagmire, I'm out. I'm off.
Say Randy Fine. You're talking about mass deport. Did you say Randy Fine?
Yeah.
Randy Fine is the most hawkish on the border right now. This is what I mean. It's just constant demoralization. You don't even know what you're talking about.
You don't even.
Yes, he's hawkish on the border. Good for that. Good. Everything else sucks, though. Everything else is just give everything to Israel. That's his whole platform. That's what he's there for, and he's proud of it. No, Randy Fine is awful. Vote Dan Bilzerian.
Randy
vote for
Fine
Randy
is
Fine,
one
so why do
of the
we
most
care?
hawkish
I didn't
people in
bring up
Congress.
Randy Fine to
He's
talk
been in
about
Congress.
deportation.
No, but you brought him up. Randy Fine's been in Congress for less than a year. He has proposed 2 separate bills to address the border crisis and to mass deport people. So I'm saying is you guys just go from hopscotch from topic to topic, nitpick certain things to demoralize the voting
Understand the
base
topic at hand.
against voting.
I'm not
It's
bringing
just
up Randy Fine because of the
You said
border
Randy
issue.
Fine stuff. We were talking about borders. You said Randy Fine.
We're trying to talk about
Let
all
me
of
ask you a
it.
question, please. Gavin, you said splitting hairs. So I just want to say, it does seem like a lot of the focus on the MAGA team is about the performance Trump is giving us right now and how you feel about it. Would it be fair to say that some of your concerns over here on your side are that what is life like after Trump, and that isn't this our window of time to
Yes,
fix?
I'm
And
saying-
wasn't
I'm
this
saying-
supposed to be the guy who
I'm
was
saying
going to
this
do
is
it?
an existential moment, and Trump promised to move mountains, and he simply is not. He's not delivering. And when he expends the limited political capital that he has, he does so on behalf of his donors and not on behalf of his voters.
Can I
And
ask
that
this
is-
question
that
very
is
quickly, David?
reprehensible.
Very quickly.
It's like they don't even see it. Their party is crumbling right in front of them, and their president doesn't give a shit. He's off fighting a war in a country that no one cares about, over another country no one cares about, and they can't see it. They still want to defend him. Why would you defend him? You see what he's doing to your party, and you want to blame it on us, like just the people who are just done with it. Okay.
I'm asking this question because AL said, do you really think that this is what people are sitting around their dinner table worried about? Look, I'm in the role of moderator tonight, so I'll ask the question. Do you think people in this country are sitting around their dinner table worrying what life is going to be like after Trump and what our government will
My
do?
children.
Do you think they're wondering, hey, do you think we'll beat Iran today? Do you think that's what people worry about at dinner time? I don't think so. I don't think so. But that's all our country cares about right now because it's very important that we do this for Israel. That's why.
I do.
I don't think they're thinking that way. I think
I
right
don't
now,
think so.
no, you know what American people at the dinner tables think of? And so I'm going to disagree with some of the contentions over here. I do think the libertarian voice matters. I
Is that dude's last name Polak? Did I just see that?
do think what you guys say matter. I think you actually sometimes matter more than President Trump's opinion. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you have audiences, big audiences, that look to you to break down what's actually happening out there. They look to your opinions and you breaking down the noise to make it make sense for them. And each of you have your own individual audience, just like we do, because they go, oh, okay, David broke it down for us in a way that I can understand it. So your interpretation of what they're seeing directly impacts how they feel about it in a lot of instances. So what they're sitting around their dining room table talking about is the stuff we're talking about. That's what they're talking about because they heard their favorite person say it. Just like, I heard on Rush Limbaugh this, I heard on Bongino this, I heard on Owen show this. That's what they're talking about at the dinner table. And that's what I think is so important about this time, and actually this conversation, is because...
Yeah, because they're all sheep, right? They can't figure it out. They can't figure out why there's no gas in the truck and they can't afford to put more in. They don't know. They just talk about whatever we tell them because we're the propaganda now, right? The influencers who want to kind of bring a little sanity back to the Republican Party, we're influencing them in a bad way. It's not the fact that they can't afford gas or food to eat.
We need to be careful of the responsibility we have as commentators and influencers on how we are taking that message and delivering it to our audiences. Now, there's totally room for people to say, I'm disappointed that Trump didn't give me all the things we were promised. I get all that. One of the things I hate about Christmas, and I love Christmas, and I'm a Jew, one of the things I hate about Christmas is no matter how much money we spend, no matter how special we try to make it, anyone with kids understands this. The Christmas story is all about this. It's the things they didn't get for Christmas.
At least now we know why the Polak's on that side.
Like we can go out of our way, get the freaking new Xbox, Sony, whatever, and the kids open up all their presents and they go, what's wrong? Oh, I didn't get so-and-so, and I really wanted it. And so no matter what, I'm like, I hate
Sounds
Christmas.
like a real Jew Christmas.
Right? Like, we didn't even get them 8 presents. They just got whatever they got. So, but the idea...
I've never gotten what I wanted for Christmas.
Right, but that's my point.
You guys don't get Christmas. It's not about that.
Probably because your parents know you're an idiot.
Politicians.
But that, okay, and that is, let me land my point
And
here.
Trump was supposed to be never...
But he is still a politician. He's still president of the United States. And he's not a dictator, regardless of what the left thinks or the no key. He's not a king, certainly. And so the problem is, he can't just go, all right, 10 million people, get the hell out. Because what would happen? We already have squishy GOP that won't even give us the Save America Act that 80% of America wants. We can't even get that. So the problem is Trump wants to kick everyone out. And look what happened. The left sends Alex Preedy and Renee Good in front of an ICE officer, in front of a car. And next thing you know, there's...
He just said Trump wants to do this, but he's not doing this. So wouldn't that mean that he's being controlled by someone else? Wouldn't your own statement there prove our point that he's not in control of what he's doing? You just kind of put it out there. You just asserted that Trump wants this. He's not doing this. So why is that? He's the president. Who's controlling him then?
Pitchforks in the street. You know what happened? Average Americans sitting around their dinner table, even if they voted for Trump, go, ooh, I really don't like those illegals, but that really I don't have a good feeling about. But let me just land. So when you have a media that we can't control in the mainstream, and most Americans listen to the mainstream media, right? We hope they listen to us. So when you have a media that lies.
Most people do not listen to it anymore. That's why you're having issues. If most people listen to the mainstream media, you'd win your elections. You wouldn't have to worry about it.
When you have Democrats that run in front of a camera and lie, we have a problem with actually being able to deliver on these promises without...
Right, because we only want to have our Republican guy lie to us, right? Like, you're talking about Democrats lying, and the topic of this debate is about Trump selling us out. What are you talking about?
Being bastardized and convincing those Americans, like libertarians, who do make up a portion of the electorate that shows up, but don't always because they don't feel heard. If you guys don't show up, the Democrats win. And if the Democrats win, we're screwed. So I want you to show up. I want you to air your grievances, but I...
Good. Give us a non-Zionist to vote for, and we will. That's what you got to do. If our candidate is Tucker or Massey, I don't think you're going to have an issue. But if you idiots still want to vote for the administration that bent us all over, well, then you're just going to have Democrats run the show for a while, because that's not going to happen.
I want us to be able to tell you why I think we actually are giving you what you want for Christmas. It just doesn't look exactly like what you wanted.
Well,
I'll land there.
See, I don't look at politics as if I'm dealing with Santa or wishing for gifts. I look at very flawed human beings that make me promises that are usually bullshit, and that's what I've experienced with supporting Trump in the last go around. Regardless of the fact that yes, I'm not some ride or die red and white MAGA hat wearing person, I did give him serious credence, and I expected him to deliver on some very significant promises. And the reason it's so important is because we're facing a $40 trillion shotgun of debt, and we are running out of time. So the deportations have to happen very rapidly. We cannot be expending limited political capital on a war in Iran on behalf of Israel. If we're going to expend and suffer the consequences of, like, for instance, I think you brought up the fact that wouldn't that create inflation if we were to deport all of the laborers in the field?
The cost of domestically produced.
Yeah, price inflation, whatever.
See how they're already starting? Let's keep them, because inflation will go up if we don't.
Those are the sacrifices that I feel like Owen.
But the war has nothing to do with inflation, I guess. Like, okay. How about we stop the war? Then we'll counter that inflation, and then we get rid of them, and then we'll have a little inflation. So we'll deal with the inflation from the thing we voted for, but now we're dealing with inflation for something no one voted for and no one wants, except Zionists.
And myself and so many others would gladly make if it was to actually handle the deportations that we were promised. We are not willing to pay $6 at the gas pump when it's to fight a war that is not in our.
You guys are talking about it. And
Okay, Dave, we're going to thoroughly unpack all of these in the next segment. I would like to move on to the next segment. But before I do, a quick question for Linda that I'd like to open up, and then we'll move on. You told Josie that the Libertarians need to know their place in the coalition, but it really struck a question in me, which is, who owns MAGA? Who is in
If she knew her place, she'd be in the gym, and she'd have jeans that would fit her properly.
charge of the movement to say to somebody else that they need to know their place?
Why are libertarians part of MAGA now?
I'm asking
Libertarians
you.
have their own. They had their own candidate, right? Chase Oliver was his name.
I ran
Did
against him, but yeah.
Okay.
But is it
No, we're free thinkers. We can vote for whoever the fuck we want to vote for. That's how you got elected. That's how you got Trump in. But you're too stupid to understand that because, dumb woman.
a hierarchy? I guess is my question. Who?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's
Well,
a
tell me.
hierarchy. I think that the majority of the MAGA Republicans are your average Republican voters, people that joined the coalition before 2020, and I think the Libertarians are not part of MAGA, and I don't think that's a bad
I
thing at
don't
all.
think that you know
Thank
the
God.
difference between
I wanna-
all our
yeah,
large
I'll take any-
libertarians.
You can tell because we can still formulate sentences and we still know how to reason.
It's the same
I was going to ask if he could have won without them.
The same thing with the mommies who always hated Trump, white suburban women who he always had an issue with. We know that prior to 2024, and they only voted Trump because of RFK. So are they Republicans? Are they MAGA?
I get asked this all the
I don't
time.
think so.
I mean, look, as a
Their vote
conservative.
counted the
Okay,
same
but
amount
we
of
need
votes.
every
fine.
single vote. Who
She's acting like people want to be MAGA. Like anybody says is desperate to find a way to be MAGA right now. It's not hard. You just got to buy a red hat and lose all your thinking capabilities.
cares why they joined as long as they
That's
joined?
what a
When we look at
political
what we're
coalition
up
is.
against, like I'll take the libertarians, the soccer moms, like
Right.
who cares at this point? We need them badly.
Disaffected
Right,
liberals
Emily,
control
but
Gabbard
this is
in
like with
administration.
the issue with
Not
like the
MAGA.
pro-lifers.
We call that
Like, during
walkaway.
the election, the pro-lifers, what did they want? They wanted to ruin Trump's chances because they wanted Trump to promise the pro-lifers that he was going to have a total ban on abortion. And when we said that's not going to happen because the overturn of Roe v. Wade, it goes back to the states, and that's what you guys wanted. And
She's overlooking the fact that Trump said he would veto an abortion ban. So what are you talking about?
Trump made it happen. They wanted to boycott the elections, light or rose. It was this whole thing.
I
So
disagree with that.
what
It's
I mean
ridiculous.
is like if you're a libertarian, you're not going to get everything that you want from Trump because that's not even your party. You don't even align with him. Period.
This is a good.
So what were we thinking listening to her? And I'm not a libertarian, but I did view that. And yeah, you are supposed to believe the guy that's telling you all these promises. Sorry, you just used to Mexico where they don't do that.
Segue to our next segment, which is about
You're
loyalty.
either gay.
Why is Trump with Lindsey Graham now and not with Thomas Massey? And I think
You know
for people-
why?
for people
Will
like
any of you
us,
say it?
Let me guess. Israel.
Yes.
It's about Trump being project focused, right? Right now, he has very specific things he's trying to accomplish.
Can
And the
you
reason-
add that to
he's
the
going
fucking
after the
project?
people.
That's such a big deal.
you're willing to let the country
I
die
think
because
it's
it's a fantasy to save the country. So you're not a
I don't
revolutionary.
think that's
You're just a
saving the
political
country. I
cuck,
think
is what
that's
you are.
your fantasy. That's the Owen Shroyer fantasy.